Hello YouTube, welcome back to another game of Starcraft 2 Legacy of the Void. We're going to be continuing on with the next game between Liquid MaNa and SortOf. If you have missed the previous games, of course, please check them out in the links in the description. Otherwise you will have a bit of a spoiler coming very shortly. So let's see how this game plays out. Firstly, we'll quickly talk about our players. So SortOf, who is our Zerg here, spawning as the blue color. He's representing both Team Prosperity and Sweden. His opponent, Liquid MaNa, representing Team Liquid and Poland. Actually, Poland has some of my favorite players in them, so that's something really cool to note. Nurture is probably my favorite Zerg at the moment. Okay, this is very peculiar. So MaNa actually not maxing out here and is instead building a pylon right in the middle. So that's really strange, putting up a gateway right in the middle. So I think he's actually going to be doing some sort of cheese here. Very interesting to note. Let's bring up quickly the scores. Your chance to leave the video if you haven't seen the previous ones, of course, has already passed. So, whoops, that's wrong. Sorry, I know I gave you false hope. But it's currently 2-0 in favor of SortOf. And wow, three gateways coming out here. This is actually beautiful here for MaNa. Wow. He's obviously... Or SortOf obviously not expecting to get rushed here, but that's exactly what's happening. 3 gateways being put down. He's probably just going to pump the zealots straight out of there, and there's going to be absolutely no response here for our Zerg player. 1 zealot on the way. Now this Overlord is going to very shortly spot this, and there it is. He's going to see this happening right now. This is beautiful right now. He's going to be able to respond to it, hopefully in time, and not get destroyed by this rush, and hopefully we'll get a little bit longer game. But seeing Protoss rush is definitely something we don't see every day. I mean, it just seems to be such a rare thing, because I feel personally that zealots are a little bit underwhelming, just simply because of the fact that they're so slow. They're so good at killing zerglings or queens or whatever, but they're just so damn slow. So let's see how this one progresses out. He is focusing down the hatchery. Spine crawler also being made here. Metabolic boost is on the way. There's 6 Zerglings on the way, which will not be able to deal with 2 zealots, or even 3 at this point. So he's pumping out 3 zealots at a time. Cybernetics core is also on the way, so he will have adepts here very shortly as well. And he's decided to use his drones as well to help. Now drones probably still not going to be enough here to take out 4 zealots. 4 zealots are countlessly dangerous versus such light units. And here we go, the spine crawler also on the way down here. Queen is being made from this hatchery, and this is such a tense moment right now. Is he going to be able to hold off? Honestly, I don't think so. There's so many zealots here, so many zealots in place to defend or to attack against this. And I think most of the Zerglings have been cleaned up. This spine crawler getting beautifully surrounded here. That is not going to be landing here, and oh my god, only 4 zealots remaining. More being produced. It's actually 2 adepts and a stalker that he's making. So he is going to continue on with this aggression. I think that at this point it would almost be worth just focusing down that nexus to put his opponent behind so far. But he has decided to go for the actual the nexus himself. Units lost tab shows 5 drones taken out here by MaNa. So not the worst of engages. He's actually not doing that bad. Oh, and these Zerglings just running straight by. He's probably trying to get into the mineral line. If he manages to do that, he could do some very, very dangerous shenanigans inside the main base. I mean, this amount of Zerglings will probably be enough to clean up this mineral line. Good micro here from MaNa, just basically preventing as many of his probes from getting killed as possible. And there we go, surround. Or the actual overcharge going down on the pylon. He will be able to clean up these Zerglings, so this is quite good for MaNa here. Finally managing to fend this off, and in the meantime, they engage in the natural expansion here of SortOf. The hatchery is going to drop. There's not that much that he can do to keep this up. There was 1 transfuse, but of course that is not enough with so many units here. More and more streaming in here, and there we go. The broodlings about to die off as well. I think this is a brilliant move here for Liquid MaNa. He's done so much damage at this point. Even has adepts inside the main base. Let's have a look at the units lost tab. Looks like 7 probes to 6 drones. Not a huge difference there, just a little bit. But of course there is that sniped hatchery. These Zerglings again trying to run by. And this time the mothership core, I do believe, is not going to have enough energy to overcharge and recall at the same time. So definitely going to be a bit of a risky move now. Is there going to be a base trade? Honestly, I don't know. He's trying to supply block MaNa right now, which he actually already is. There we go, the full engage on here. Does look like the queen is going to get sniped off here. Drones are also going to start getting dropped here very, very quickly. There's no sneaky bases for SortOf. So if he destroys these drones, that is pretty much it. All he will have to do is hold off against these Zerglings, and that'll be it. Now what is he doing here? He looks like he's interested in supply blocking him. If he supply blocks him, all he has to do really is slowly pump out units after that. Because if you think about it, SortOf has no income. His workers are locked out of the inside of the base. I think he has enough Zerglings to actually surround this and take him out, but... Oh, look at that. That's actually why he was supply blocked. There's a pylon gone down here. And there we go, they engage. This could be the final push here. Zealots getting hugely surrounded here. Just a few stalkers in the back nuking away. Is the economic damage going to be done here enough? All of the Zerglings have already been cleaned up, and just a few drones left. They are going back to mining, so he could still recover this. It's definitely not over yet. And this Mothership Core is actually going to have free reign over these drones as well. There we go. GG has been called. Liquid MaNa taking his first game, bringing the series up to 2-1, which means he's not out of this just yet. And that is it for game number 3. Liquid MaNa managing to take the game with an early Zealot rush. The 3 gateways being made just to basically rush down the Zerg opponent before he manages to respond. Now I have to say, if our Zerg player here, SortOf, if he put up the spawning pool first, or if he spotted that a little bit earlier, this would have went completely upside down for MaNa. So that's pretty much it. Our question of the series is still the same. If you could buff one unit, which unit would that be? If you want to explain why, of course, you're very welcome to. And that's pretty much it. Of course, leave it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. And I will see you guys in game number 4. Good luck, take care. I'll see you guys next time.